Welcome to Debbie Does Divorce. I'm divorce coach Debbie Martinez. Last week, I introduced you to a colleague of mine, Sandra Lee, who is also a divorce coach out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Sandra, thank you so much for coming back. I always run out of time.
Thank you for having me.
You know, I always run out of time. I never have enough time to really kind of finish things up, so I'm glad that we could come back and keep discussing the benefits of a divorce coach. Yeah. One of the things that I found is people always say, Deb, what are some quick little nuggets that you can get, tips to get through a divorce? And I gave it some thought, and based on my clients, I came up with 4.
Okay.
And one is continuing to have a sense of humor, staying organized, changing your perspective, and assembling a good support team. Can you talk to me about what you see in your clients? Do you see any of those tips working with your clients, and what other ones do you see?
You know what, we have to think people need to go through their natural personality. Not all have a sense of humor. That's hard to pull sometimes when you're going through divorce. But I think you're also talking about after the divorce. And so the papers are signed, now we're going into after divorce. I think it's important to say, where am I stuck? And where do I want to get unstuck? And if I was a happy person, a humorous person, then I need to say, I'm missing that in my life. What do I want to get back? While divorce, when we say sometimes, is a gift in the sense of it allows us to say what was working in my life and what wasn't, and how am I going to rebuild from the inside out?
Right.
Humor, gratitude, kindness. Who do I want to be? And is my life representing that? So yes, divorce happened. But divorce didn't define me. There is still another story. Divorce is a period, now there's another story. Divorce coaches are great at helping people really figure out who I want to be, what's my new normal, get unstuck, and realize there's a big life waiting on me. The other side, I had one client one time, she was new to me. I didn't actually do her divorce coaching through the divorce, but afterwards, and she was stuck. And her daughter was going to have a baby in Atlanta. And she called me, rather than call her friends, rather than call and just say, I'm so mad at my ex-husband, I'm not going to get to see this baby born. She called me as her coach. And I said, why? And she said, because I can't go down and buy a last-minute plane ticket, too costly, too quick, to get there by the time the baby's born. I said, drive. And she said, I never drove. He always drove. And I said, do you go to work every day? She was a dental hygienist. And she said, yes, but that is 15 minutes up the road. And I said, you have a good car, you have GPS, go fill your car up, put the bags together, and you get to Atlanta 15 minutes at a time.
Well, and I see, even with myself, with clients, there's a lot of fear involved with divorce and after divorce. And someone like us can come in, like you did, and help push that person through that fear so that they can go on to live a bigger and better life.
Absolutely. And sometimes our well-meaning friends and family continues to keep us stuck in the same story and talking about the negatives and why. The divorce coach says, you don't want to stay there.
Right.
You want to move forward in your life and what's important to you. And having those things that you've talked about with the humor and with the gratitude, the divorce coach helps to make sure that you're really holding on to those and making those true in your life.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that we are invaluable. Once again,
Absolutely.
we've run out of time. So, well, that's all that we have time for today. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. I'm Debbie Martinez. Remember, divorce does not define you. How you navigate it and what you do with your life afterwards does. Stand strong and have a low country kind of weekend.